Imagine a future where you actually execute on every single video that you watched. The guy on the screen gives you the optimal plan and you do it. He tells you the perfect morning routine. You wake up and you do it. You build the exact life that you always wanted. But that's not how it goes though, is it? And if you look at reality, if you keep going down the exact same path that you're on right now, the future you're headed for is just slightly above average. It's comfortable, it's mediocre, and you'll still be sitting in a dark room late at night watching how-to videos thinking about reaching your potential while your actual potential is completely flatlined. If you're new around here, my name is Evans. I just turned 20 this January, and I started my self-improvement journey way in COVID times. And the number one thing that held me back from making true progress was the exact same thing that you're doing right now. I was addicted to the feeling of improving, watching the screen instead of actually moving myself. I would come back from school, I knew that I was supposed to go into the garage and start doing my workout, but instead I would coast my way into bed like I normally do. I'd load up a productivity video and it would release all the cheap dopamine and make me feel like a winner. But guess what? An hour later I was still in the exact same position, and the only thing that had changed in reality is the dopamine coursing through my brain, tricking me into thinking that my muscles were bigger. It was literally me taking the reward of dopamine without me actually having to step onto the battlefield. And if that sounds like you right now, hit the like button so we can build a community of young men who actually execute. So if you're ready to be a builder, drop the like. And if that sounds like you, I want to introduce you to something I wish I knew before, which is the 80-20 rule. It's simple. All it states is that 80% of your results comes from 20% of the habits you're actually doing right now. For example, if you want that physique you want, what's going to be in the 20% that you need to get the 80% of the results? Heavy lifting, protein, sleeping 8 hours. That's what's going to get you 80% of the physique that you want. But the other 80%, that's going to help but not really get you there. What is it going to be? Supplements, buying gym straps, optimizing accessories. Doing all of that won't get you the results that you actually want to get up to. But it's going to help once you nail down the 20%. And the worst thing that I was doing, that you're probably doing right now, is that you are agonizing over the useless 80% of information that you know. Because it feels safer to theorize in a dark room about what your 20% could be rather than step into the arena, failing and finding out what it actually is. You see, the thing is, you have all this theory in your head, but you need to put it through a brutal filter so you can find out what your 20% is going to be. And the only filter for that is you actually going out and doing it, bro, and starting to fail. And I will acknowledge there was a paradox, because as you go through the stages of improvement, you're going to harness different parts of this 100%, because you're not going to use 100% of it at the start, are you? The thing that ties it all together is that, guess what? You only ever find out what bits you have to harness if you actually go out and do, bro. So here's a test. If you're actually serious about changing your life and proving to yourself that this isn't just a video that you're going to watch, get information from, and then go watch another one, what I want you to do is drop down and hit 5 push-ups right now. Get the energy flowing. Put the doer in charge for today. I don't want you to theorize. I don't want you to plan. I just want you to just go and do it. You need to learn how to win in the physical reality and not just in your head. Because there's a brutal filter between theorizing in your head and physical reality. And so many different variables that you cannot account for because of your bias, how you were brought up. And you're only ever going to know what these things are if you go out and do it, bro. And I promise you, as soon as you do that, you're going to feel a weight come off your chest, because you know that you're heading towards a destination that you want while learning more about yourself than you ever could. So, to the 1% of you that made it up until this point, thank you. Obviously, you've watched up until this point, you might as well subscribe. But most of all, drop a comment that says identity locks. I'm going to reply to you. I'm going to screenshot you and remember you forever, bro. And guess what? Go out and fucking do that work, bro. And I'll see you in the next one. 6-7 tomorrow.